Hello and welcome to the Galloping Gurus, your home for daily horse racing analysis, race previews and expert insights. If you enjoy our content, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you never miss an update. Or for even more in-depth analysis, join the Galloping Gurus membership club at gallopinggurus.com, where you'll receive our exclusive race analysis before the markets even open, giving you access to our thoughts ahead of the day's racing. It's all about getting that value, and if you get it the day before, then you'll certainly be getting exactly that. Ciao, ciao.
Hello.
Hey, mate.
Hi.
All right. How you doing?
Yeah. Okay. You?
Well, okay.
Yeah.
I must admit, mate, at this present point, I'd rather in the 6:30 we'd put out You'll Give Me the Night, because I tell you what, that has been absolutely hammered.
Yeah. Not a solid one, is it? But on that Kempton run, if it came back to that form, it'd probably rout them. But who knows?
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, exactly. I mean, well, they've bet it as if that's what's going to happen today, because it's 18s into 3s. So
Yeah. I mean, I would have been happy taking a chance at 18s.
yeah.
I certainly won't be steaming in at 3s, especially not after my efforts at Kempton yesterday.
Well, yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it? I do happen to think that Ray Dawson was having a snooze in the stalls, because I think that if he'd got out of that draw and sat in box seat, he probably would have won.
Yeah, it made quite a move, didn't it, from between the 2 and the 1 to get into contention.
Exactly. Yeah, and I think
Bearing in
that
mind we said it was dropping back a furlong, you would have thought he'd be prominent and use his stamina, but not a bit of it.
no, yeah, it
And
wasn't ideal.
to make matters worse, then I fancied the old hot silk, and Harry Vigers decided 3 wide was the route to the winning line, and needless to say,
Absolutely disgraceful.
it it almost breaks my heart when I see them go 3 wide.
Well,
You just know. You know you're not winning, and if you back them for a place as well, you know that's out the window too. So it's a double whammy.
it is. Yeah, I mean, from my perspective, I know I said it yesterday to you. I just defy anybody sits there and thinks to themselves, well, I'll go 3 wide and still win. For me, you are purposefully having that horse in a position where it cannot win, because you do have a choice. You can go forward, and yes, maybe you use up some petrol to get there, but you're still giving it a chance. Going 3 wide all the way round means you are just running further than everything else. I mean,
Well, the thing is as well, it was sat in 4th, so you're not using any more petrol up to go
no,
and sit either first or second, are you? And plus, think of all the petrol using up going wide.
well,
I
that's
mean,
right, exactly. It's completely ridiculous.
yeah, I mean, there's certain 1 or 2 jockeys that you hear them after. If you hear them actually talk to the owners, they will say, "Well, I had to do this because if I went 3 wide, I know I can't win." And there's 1 or 2 jockeys sensible with brains that say things like that, and there's 1 or 2 without that go 3 wide. So
I mean, it drifted quite a bit before the off, and in fact, most of the day, strangely, it was off at like 6s at the off on the exchange, wasn't it? Which was 5s. I don't know, mate. I have to question. I always question stuff, and if you're riding like that, yeah, I don't know, mate. It wasn't good. It was terrible. But there we go, mate. Yeah, that is racing, unfortunately, and we do have to live with these numpties. There's a few others today. Idyllic, which I'm mentioned quite strongly on the podcast yesterday, is 4 in a 9 to 4. Macaron with Rosser on is 7s into 3s. So there's a few that we've mentioned that have had a few quid from, but Give Me the Night is, sheesh, crikey, heavily played. Anyway, okay, well, we will move on to tomorrow's. So I know you said you didn't have much to go with. I guess we'll start at Sandown.
Yeah.
I've got nothing until the 3 o'clock to talk about.
No, I'll certainly not. I don't even have anything in the 3 o'clock, so
Okay,
on we go.
there we go. Okay, so I've said here, Good Earth likes this course and distance, 7 runs, 2 wins and 2 places. He's off a handy enough mark now, and the forecast rain won't hold any fears for him. I backed him last year in September on soft ground off 71, and he was tremendously unlucky after a bad start and getting no run on the rails from stall 1. He was never in the right place to challenge last time out at Beverley, but was going well enough to suggest he's in okay form. Forecast to be 6s, and I've also said Maharaja's Express we managed to get as part of our 4-timer 2 starts back, and with the forecast pace to be strong, he might not be out of it either, and rain won't harm his chances. He's forecast to be 8s. So 2 at prices. If you wanted to have a little go, I probably would side with Good Earth there, but I mean, if they were 6 and 8s and you had a £1 or 2 on each one happened to go in, you'd make a small profit. So that's my thoughts on the 3 o'clock. On to the 4:10.
Yeah.
I've said here that Dry Me and Dovecut have previously met, where Dovecut gave Dry Me £2 and was narrowly beaten by Dry Me. £3 turnaround here, and I think they could be closely matched again. Rafe Beckett won this last year with Man of La Mancha, so interesting he has another lightly raced 3-year-old in this race again. And Dry Me ran a cracker in a Class 3 last time out, where the top weight was rated 92, and he was doing all his best work in the finish to only be beaten a nose and 3/4 of a length in third. Both of them should be fine on the ground, and Dovecut is forecast to be 4s and Dry Me forecast to be 7s. I'd be surprised if Dry Me is that. In fact, Dry Me is now forecast to be 5s, so 4s and 5s. I thought those two were a little bit interesting in that race for me.
Yeah, I thought Thursday Girl would have a small chance as well. Just that run last time behind Desert Shadow.
Yeah,
I thought that was a pretty good run. I know Desert Shadow beat it well, but Desert Shadow's running Saturday off, I think 92.
yeah,
And the third was Sending Girl's been steadily improving.
yeah.
So I thought that form wasn't terrible and would have a small chance, but that's about it really. With a Sheen on, I would probably rather seen Kieran Schumacher.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was only a tiny fancy that.
Yeah. Okie dokie. So we'll get on to the 4:45. I have said here that Poet's Praise went off 6-4 favourite last time out at Wolves, where he got caught too far back, and the kickback looked quite bad and was well beaten, but it's possible back on the turf first time in a handicap we might see a better performance. She's forecast to be 5s, and I've also said that Kino Plasmat is also first time in a handicap and back on turf. His run behind Shoo first time out is working out reasonably well, and that was on good to soft ground. Off a marker 69, it wouldn't be a total surprise to see her step up markedly either. Forecast to be 6s. So I was interested in those two really in that race.
Yeah, both could improve, like you say. Not the best race in the world, is it?
No,
So,
no.
so they wouldn't have to improve too much, I don't think, to be getting involved.
No, I don't think so either. And Box Clever's forecast to be favourite. They landed a big old tilt with that last time, didn't they? Jason Watson was on, but I think this race is a little bit better than that. The horse in second, I know he won. She won reasonably well, but the horses in behind weren't particularly good. So I think it could be a different story here, and I think that Kinoplasmat and Pert's Praise would probably be the two that I would personally concentrate on.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're off to the 520, where I've said here, Galax is taking a drop in grade here, and the forecast rain will aid his cause if it arrives. He's £2 below his last winning mark and could go well here over a course and distance. He's ran well at 2 starts back in a higher grade. Forecast to be Ffos. I've also said Carnival Day is back on his last winning mark and is a horse I'm waiting for when the rain comes. He's a course and distance winner and he has 2 entries, so I'll be keeping a look out for him. I'd personally like to see him in a Class 5 on soft ground, seeing as he's eligible off 75, but he has ran plenty of decent races in Class 4s and even a Class 3 in second, so isn't out of this. I'm hoping for another day, though, in a 4-year-old plus race, Class 5. Could always hope.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know that you quite liked Galax last time, didn't you? When he ran,
Yeah,
and
it did. Yeah.
this is a little bit easier, I would have thought.
It is. Yeah. I just want to see. I'd want to see the horse come out of the stalls and not be scrubbed along. To be honest,
Mm-hmm.
that was disheartening to say the least last time.
Yeah.
It was one of them where it's beat after a furlong and a half. So if he comes out of the stalls and he's in a better mood and travelling okay, he'd have a massive chance in this.
Yeah.
Obviously, if he's in the same mood as last time, no. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's one of them. I probably wouldn't back him beforehand just because of last time.
Yeah.
But if he came out of the stalls and was travelling well and was still around the price he started at,
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably have a small bet in running.
Yeah.
And Carnival Day, like you say, Jim Boyard did go for a bit of a gamble with one the other day at Lingfield, didn't they? And I've got a feeling there could be a bit of money for Carnival Day. He is a horse that does get bet when they think he's got a chance. And
yeah, if there was a bucket of rain for him, that it could happen. Yeah, I'm honest. Like I said in my spiel, I am just hoping that they wait till Epsom or something when there's a Class 5 on soft ground,
yeah,
because well, they did that last year, didn't they? I don't know if you remember where they ran him at Epsom in an apprentice Class 5 there, and they went for a tilt at him and he absolutely hacked up, one easy. He does like Epsom and does like soft ground. I mean, even last year he finished second to Lord Melbourne at Epsom on the good to soft ground. Soft, I should imagine it's probably softer than good that day. Off a mark of 80. So he is well handicapped and could go well. I'm just hoping. Obviously, I've written a spiel about him because I believe that he can get involved. Be interesting to see, like you say. They're normally a load of money for him, isn't there?
yeah. He was obviously sent off 2-1 favourite at Epsom a couple of runs back, wasn't he, on good to firm ground? So
Yeah, we were
with a
saying
little bit
why.
of ease in the ground. Yeah, exactly. We were. So yeah, with a bit of ease in the ground, there could be money for him, I suspect.
Yeah. Isn't it bizarre, mate? I mean, like we obviously do this every day as a job. When you see money come in for a horse that clearly doesn't like fast ground, it wants juice in it. You see money coming for it, and you just think these guys are mad. Why? Like, surely they can see the same as us. You know?
Yeah, surprising, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
Certainly is.
Okay, well, let's get off to a Ffos then, where the excitement starts. I've said in the 2 o'clock Son of Star, money, ? Course and distance winner, like soft ground, is £3 below his last winning mark. 3 starts back on soft ground at Chepstow, he was only beaten ahead. Blinkers Off is a strange one, but he can pop up from nowhere, but likely to be punted. So look out for strong support late. Support just before the off. I wouldn't play him early. Complete and utter flyer, but he is well handicapped, and when the ground comes up soft, he does like it. Pretty sure the top cat will have a few pound down on him that day, but I would want to see it late. He's forecast to be 10-1. I would only be interested in it if it was strong late on. I don't know why they've taken the headgear off. That doesn't have me jumping up and down, because obviously, he's had the blinkers on a fair few times. Obviously, last year he won with pieces on first time, then he won with blinkers on first time. So the headgear seemingly has been something that he's been all right with. And like I say, Chepstow back in June, he had the blinkers on when he finished second. Last time out, he had no headgear on. This time he has no headgear on either. But I think the catalyst certainly would be if there was a lot of rain around. I'd just be interested to see if there was any cake for it. So we shall see.
Yeah, it also could be one of those where maybe he doesn't wear it this time, doesn't run that well, and next
Yep.
time you see some headgear.
Exactly.
And you
Yep.
possibly see some money as well, like you say.
Exactly. That's why I say wait to see the market. They won't bet this if they don't think it's going to go any good without any headgear on. So if it's drifting like a barge, it's likely to fall out the back of the telly.
Yeah.
But if for whatever reason a load of money did come for it, I'd be mildly interested at a price. So there we go. Just one to keep an eye on in the race, really. 4:20. Got nothing until then. I don't suppose you've got anything until then either. No. Just a couple to talk about in here. Said that Sunshine and Roses, ground and trip, ? Been running well over a mile in Class 5s, particularly the run at Haydock. Question over distance and ground is a bit of a worry. LC Tiffin won a 0-79 at 80-1 from nowhere over 10 furlongs. But ground will be very different, and we will see how she gets on, and if it was a fluke, although ground could be an excuse. Difficult race would give me Sun potentially on the improve as well. Not really a race I'd like to get involved in, because the ground has a lot of question marks really for most of these. I did quite like Sunshine and Roses last time. I don't know if you can remember. And she finished second to Goldie Trickett. And the time before that, she'd finished second to Home Hero, which the race is working out okay at the moment. And that was a 0-75. But I think it's going to, Ffos is surely going to end up coming up soft, I would have thought, wouldn't you? Certainly there's going to be an S there somewhere along the line. So it's a difficult one, really. I hate it when the ground starts going pear-shaped, don't you?
Yeah.
Creates problems.
Yes. It is a track that does get soft, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But we did think that last week when they raced there, and I fancied one that was going to like soft ground, and the ground wasn't soft at all. So, needless to say, it didn't run particularly well.
No, I think across the country, when we're talking about these things, I would personally be waiting until the next day to see exactly what's going to go on with the ground, unless it's on the all weather, or unless it's already, got an S in front of it, good to soft or soft ground or whatever. So, yeah, we're basically, guessing on what the ground's going to be at the moment, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, especially when we don't live anywhere near the area.
Well, exactly. Yeah. So there we go. Okay, so the 4:55 I have said here, Crackergy won over course and distance 2 starts back on good to soft ground, where himself and the second finished 7 lengths clear of the third. He didn't run too badly at Lingfield next time out, beating a couple of lengths. But back here on potentially a softer surface could be the tonic for a good showing. He's forecast to be 7s. So that was the one that I spoke about in there. Don't know if I doubt you had anything to talk about either.
Yeah, I did just want to mention Robusto.
Yep.
Thought that had a small chance. The form of the last race, although not many horses have run from it, I don't think it was too bad actually, because you had Al Maslul in 4th that we'd put up when it won at Chester. I think the time before. You had Barak Warrior sent off a 6-4 favourite. He was well beat. Mountbatten, a Prescott horse, back in 2nd. Might not be one of his stars, but still. And Robusto beat them relatively well.
Yeah.
So I was a tiny bit interested, bearing in mind he's not had loads of goes on the turf. I think he's had 12 runs on it.
Yeah.
Or 13. He's won 2 of them. So I wouldn't completely rule him out.
No.
I probably wouldn't back him, to be honest, but he was just one I thought, well, tiny bit interesting. Bearing in mind, we do know on the all-weather when he gets his conditions, he's pretty good.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
If he went on the soft ground or forecast soft ground, he'd have a little bit of a chance there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, ground related, and if Harry didn't go 3 wide, it'd be all right.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, he'd probably be exploring the outside rail.
Yeah. Okie dokie. All right. Well, that's that there. We'll go off to Thirsk, where I've got nothing to talk about till the 4:38. So.
No, do you know, I thought Thirsk was actually a pretty good card, but I couldn't actually come up with anything I fancied.
No. Okay. It is a tough day tomorrow. I don't think there's going to be 1,000,001 that we're sending out to the members tomorrow, that's for sure. What I've said here in the 4:38, I've said Invictus Gold has never been seen over 7 furlongs before, but always seems to be doing his best work in the finish over 6. His run at Epsom, 3 starts back, was a good one on soft ground, finishing well. The winner has won 2 big handicaps since, and the race is working out fairly well. The rain forecast will hold no fears for him, and the yard are going okay at the moment. Kieran Fallon is booked, and at a forecast price of 20s, for me, he might be worth £1 or 2, chancing he will get the extra furlong. A very small play. It's basically a complete boom or bust sort of thing, but I didn't think he'd be completely out of it if he got the extra furlong. Ground won't be a problem. Kieran Fallon booked. So that was my thoughts on that race.
Yeah, definitely. One of the interesting ones in the race, isn't it, for sure?
Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of the horses down the bottom of the weights have not got much chance. And pretty aware that Northern Express could probably go quite well. I still think Palmer Bay might be a little bit high in the handicap. But
yeah, he's proved disappointing so far this year, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. Yeah. I just thought Invictus, if he was back to that run 3 starts back and got a toe into the race on the ground at a huge price, would have a very small chance of playing a part. So there we go. And then in 5:13, this once again is very guessy, but I've said that Pinatique, I've a suspicion this horse is looking for soft ground and is possibly up in trip. She spent most of last year chasing black type enlisted races and a Group 3, all on soft surface in France. she's forecast to be 15-2, and I'd only keep an eye on the market to see if she's fancied. So it was just a small interest, really. I'm not going to be chasing around trying to play it, but I have a funny feeling that they are looking for soft ground, and they might well find it at Thirsk and up in trip for Prescott. So very small interest in seeing what happens there, really. Okay, so we'll be onwards and upwards then. We'll go to Goodwood, and we are, well, I've got nothing till the 5:45 to talk about. Don't know if you have.
No.
Okay. I've said Kiss Me Honey Honey gave Tiernan, who's rated 85, £2 when they met last time out in a novice stakes race where Tiernan beat Kiss Me Honey Honey by 4 lengths. Tiernan ran 5th in a 0 to 102 handicap for 53 grand at Hamilton in the Silver Bell next time out off 85, and that was a good run. Kiss Me Honey Honey is a 4-year-old giving weight away to the 3-year-olds here, and I'd much prefer it if he was in a 4-year-old plus race. This is a fillies race only, and off 79, I think she could go well. Forecast to be 4s. There are a few in here that could jump out of the ground first time in handicaps, and I also don't think Live in the Light is out of it, as she's been improving, and a forecast price of 12s would be of some little interest. Tough old race, really, mate, but I found stuff to talk about. I do think Kiss Me Honey Honey's a little bit interesting, but is seemingly only forecast to be 4-1, and like I say, I don't Live in the Light. I'm not sure it's completely finished. It wasn't a bad third last time out. I don't know if you had any thoughts on the race.
No, I thought it was relatively tricky.
Yeah.
Was my thoughts on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, nothing helpful, that's for sure.
Okay. All right, so we're on to the 6:20, and I have said here, Ruby's Profit is a course and distance winner, 2 runs and a win, 2 runs, a win and a place from 2 starts there. Last time out at Epsom, she ran a good race in third, beaten just 3/4 of a length over 6 furlongs, which I think is just beyond her. Coming back to 5 furlongs will suit. She's a trailblazer and she's quick out the gates, so should give a good account of herself, having shown she's hit a bit of form. All ground seems alike to her, but if it comes up soft, she won't mind that, and she's forecast to be 8s with Tom Marquand booked. Yeah, I thought she was relatively interesting in that race. She certainly guns it out of the stalls. 5 furlongs. Goodwood seems to suit. Do you know she ran in the race that we fancied? Well, yeah, we fancied the Quinn horse, Garfield, and she certainly led them a merry dance all the way up until at least the half furlong pole. I mean, at present, she's £5 below her last winning mark, so she's reasonably handicapped. If the rain comes, then, it'll probably suit her even more. But and her last win was here at Goodwood over this course and distance. That was back in May 2025. She then ran in July on heavy ground at Goodwood and finished 3rd off 92 in a Class 3 there.
That was a glorious Goodwood as well, wasn't it? So competitive race, and she's, like you say, she's got form on good soft at Newmarket. other tracks like that. She's
Yeah.
all speed, which is why I think Goodwood suits her best. It's quite a quick 5, isn't it?
Yeah.
She would probably be the horse I fancied most on the day, to be honest with you. She was the one I
Yeah.
sort of came up with.
Yeah. Me too.
I think the run last time might just have been a run to get her ready.
Yeah.
Because she was off for a couple of months before that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and like we say, she's all speed, so 6 furlongs probably wasn't going to be seeing her to best effect there, and she did run well.
She did, yeah. And the Tom Ward yard are in good form. They had Abundant and Knight's Gold going over the last couple of days.
Yeah, and she's got a class edge over quite a few of these, really.
Yeah, she has. So I'll be for me, mate. It was probably the one as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
there we go.
Yeah, it's a shame, really, because if you'd not said anything about that race, I would have said, well, that's all right. That's the one I fancy most on the day. But
well, it's quite good, really, because if we both like the same one, then normally it means they go all right, doesn't it?
nice, yeah. As long as it wins, it's all right. Yeah, we don't mind.
Well, at 8-1, could you honestly see her being out of the frame?
Well, I'd be surprised, but I mean, I've been in a state of shock for a couple of days now, so.
Well, there we go. That is our analysis for today or tomorrow, whenever it is, for the 28th.
Yeah.
Have a great day, everyone. Okay, so that just about wraps everything up for today. Thanks for listening to today's analysis. If you found it useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you never miss our daily race previews. For our exclusive early analysis before the markets open, visit gallopinggurus.com and become a member today. We mostly rely on people's kindness to donate for our hard work, so if you feel like you got something out of our analysis or out of our content, please don't hesitate to go to the gallopinggurus.com website and hit that donate button. No matter how big or small, we appreciate your support. Be lucky, everyone. Enjoy the racing, and we'll see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao for now.